Yo, what is up? Welcome to Ninja Geek Games. We're going to take a look at Lifeform, the game designed by Mark Chaplin and Toby Farrens and published by All or Nothing Productions. This is a survival horror one versus many game with a dungeon crawling type mechanic. In this game, 1 to 3 players take on the role of multiple crew members of the Valleyforge, a mining ship, who need to make their way across the vessel, prepping the escape shuttle, the Remora, before the Valleyforge itself self-destructs. Crew members need to ensure they have spacesuits, weapons, coolant, perhaps a cat, Jonesy, before being able to launch the shuttle. Seems simple enough? Not quite. Whilst crew members are running around a doomed ship through dark corridors, one player takes on the role of an indestructible alien whose structural perfection is matched only by its hostility, and it's hell-bent on killing the crew. Not only that, a malfunctioned android is programmed to destroy parts of the escape shuttle if it gets there before the crew does. I can't lie to you about your chances, but you have my sympathies. Component-wise, the first thing you notice is the game board. It's absolutely massive and represents blueprints of the Valleyforge split into 3 decks. This is actually the neoprene version of the game mat and it's absolutely amazing. Crew members start here in the galley and have to make their way all the way over to the Remora to escape. They need to collect these mission tokens here and place them on the Shuttle Loadout areas in order to prep the Remora, gaining some one-time or endgame bonus effects as they progress. The game actually comes with these mission tokens, but I've pimped these components to the cubes only because the board is so nice I didn't want to cover up all the spaces. This area here is the Shuttle Loadout, and we have columns for improvised weaponry, coolant, energy cells, halon gas and spacesuits. During the game, as crew members collect mission tokens, they can choose where they place these, but each column requires a minimum number of mission tokens in order to launch the Remora. Reaching this level on the improvised weaponry gains that character the flamethrower card, and filling up the energy cells allows players to move power outage tokens to adjacent chambers or even remove them at some point. Crew member turns allow them to draw and play cards or activate skills and use special tokens. For the crew cards as shown here, each list a row of 1 or more actions that allow them to move, flame the android, flame cocoon areas for instance, and explore to gain additional mission tokens, just to name a few. I think there are like 15 different actions that can be taken. You'll have to plan carefully, as in most cases each action can only be carried out by one of the 2 crew members that you control. Now this alien token represents the Lifeform player and uses cards similar to the crew members as shown here. It can move, use vents, attack, activate the android, and again there are about 20 actions that the Lifeform can take in total. Now what's worse than hiding from a nasty hostile alien? That's right, hiding from 2 of them. The game starts with 2 tokens in play, but only one of them is the real Lifeform, the other one is a sensor ghost. In other words, a glitch in the motion trackers. This means that the alien player can buff, causing undue panic amongst the crew. And what's worse than 2 aliens? Yep, 3 of them. The Lifeform at some point can gain control of a 3rd Lifeform token, with again only one of them being the real Lifeform being. Other antagonists include the android as shown here, who once activated follows this dotted path all the way to the Remora escape shuttle, and once there it can destroy parts of the shuttle, removing mission tokens from the Shuttle Loadout, and it can also stop crew members in their tracks along the way. The power outage tokens here shown in yellow are actually represented by these yellow tokens in the game, but again I wanted to pimp the tokens because I preferred to see the whole of the gaming mat using just the small cubes. Now these power outage tokens represent darkened rooms that hinder the progress and prevent Q from using certain attacks, and these red cubes here represent terror tokens and provide the Lifeform with the type of event card, and nothing good comes from anything named terror, and again I've replaced these with red cubes. The Self-Destruct Timer along the bottom isn't an actual timer for the game, but instead counts down based on player actions such as drawing cards. Some of the spaces provide a bonus to the Lifeform player, and during the game the Lifeform player can try and guess which area they think will be active when the crew launch the escape shuttle. If correct, this allows the alien to automatically stow aboard the shuttle and can also provide some bonus endgame tokens. There are a number of ways the Lifeform can stow aboard the escape shuttle, but if it does, the showdown stage begins. The The alien player can play a card and add any tokens it requires to that card as its attack. And crew members then have to match these icons with their own cards and tokens that they find during the game. If the crew can't match all the icons, they are slowly picked off one by one. However, if they can match the icons throughout the whole of the showdown stage, they'll win. Now this game is huge on multiple levels. The board is massive, there are loads of cards and tokens and player mats as well. Crew and Lifeform both have loads of actions that they can take, plus reactions to being attacked and counters to those as well. The game is split into two stages, where first they need to ensure that the crew get enough tokens to complete the Shuttle Loadout area. In this stage they can also gain additional tokens and weapons to support the showdown stage, where here they have to take on the alien inside the remora. Crew members also gain secret objectives at the start of the game, and these must also be completed in order to escape as well. If the crew do make it to the shuttle, they can also then decide amongst themselves whether to leave the other crews behind. However, doing so does guarantee that the alien does make it on board. Crew members can also take one for the team, sacrificing themselves to save the others too. The artwork in this game is as good as any game from All or Nothing. The cards are fantastic, and I love the crew cards as well. Each of these is double-sided, and here we have what looks like Kurt Russell and Burt Reynolds. The alien player also has this hostility track, and it wants to progress this as the game goes on to add terror tokens and gain other tokens to support the showdown stage. There is a lot going on in this game with lots of moving parts, but it's not that complex to play. You just need to remember that most actions provide a bonus later or require you to move a token along a specific track, again causing further actions. Now this is true when an alien kills a crew member, as that alien player then gets to decide whether it was a stealth kill or not. If not, then a blood-curdling scream panics the rest of the crew, forcing them to move. This game provides a really deep and thematic game. As the crew, you need a strategy, but this changes as the game progresses. If you stick together, then the Lifeform gets to attack each crew member with just one attack action. However, if you do decide to split up, you may get left behind, but you do reduce the chances of reacting to an attack as well. Now, I was really surprised by the downtime between turns for this game, as it's pretty much non-existent. Even between turns, it's really exciting to watch what your team members are doing, or even how the Lifeform plays. The game is also really well balanced, which I think is really important for these types of games. Whether playing as the alien or the crew members, the game can tip either way. And there's no player elimination either, as if you die you can control friendly crew members, the cat, or the mainframe system. If you can get hold of the 13th passenger expansion, this adds lots of additional mechanics to the game as well, and these include things like searching for the Lifeform during the showdown stage, or an imminent asteroid hitting the ship. Now I house rule this, so I only use some of the tokens, so nobody knows if there's going to be an asteroid hit. There's also a Solent variant from Dragon's Domain expansion, where the Lifeform sits on a motion tracker board, where your actions can actually move the Lifeform closer towards you. Here you have additional objectives to complete, as well as stopping the Lifeform coming into close proximity with you. The solo version is really tense, but very fun to play. Whether you play solo or multiplayer, the game develops and creates a really great story where every action has a consequence. It's obviously that this game is based on the hit movie Alien, but this game does it justice. Now, I've played as the Lifeform and crew members and enjoy playing both, especially when you plan carefully to flame a Lifeform or hightail and run, only to find out later that that alien was the sensor ghost and not the real one. Now, although this is a tactical, tense, story-driven game, I do feel that the rulebook is a little disjointed. Not so much that you can't play, but at times you do find yourself thumbing through 40 pages to find a specific rule that you need. Also, some of the reference sheets provided don't fully correlate with the rulebook, which is a bit of a pain. However, you can get some fantastic cheat sheets from Order of Gaming, which are well worth downloading. In summary, this is an incredibly deep and involved game where I've enjoyed every game I've played, and for me this is my favourite game of 2019. This is Ninja Geek Games, the last survivor of the Valley Forge, signing off.